Hi, welcome back to my channel As You Learn. Today we are going to discuss about various load balancing options available in Azure. What is load balancing? Load balancing refers to the distribution of workloads across multiple computing resources. Okay, what are the benefits? The effective resource utilization, the maximum throughput, and being able to minimize the response time, and we would be able to avoid overloading of any single resource. These are all the advantages. And coming to what are the factors with which we would be able to decide which Azure load balancing option that we have to choose in which scenario. There are primarily two dimensions for it. What are those? Global versus regional. The other factor is whether you are trying to load balance a HTTP, that means a web workload, or a non-web workload. So global and regional, needless to say, global means the services which are spread across multiple regions, the Azure regions that I am talking about. Regional, needless to say, the load balancing service that distribute traffic within virtual networks within the same region, right? So global and regional we have to consider as a first factor. The second factor that we have to check on is whether it is an HTTP or HTTPS workload or a non-HTTP or a non-HTTPS workload. These are the two prime factors which would help us to decide. So now let me introduce you to the various options that are available in Azure for load balancing. Azure Front Door, Traffic Manager, Application Gateway, Load Balancer. These are all the various load balancing options available. Generally, the solution architects would keep getting confused which one to choose in which scenario. Okay, so let me give you this information. In case if you are trying to balance the load globally, that means for the regions spread across, for an HTTP workload, then Azure Front Door. In another scenario, globally you are trying to load balance for a non-HTTP or non-HTTPS workload, then Traffic Manager. In one more scenario, you are trying to load balance regionally for an HTTP or HTTPS application workloads, then Application Gateway. One more option, regional level load balancing is required for a non-HTTP or non-HTTPS workloads, then Azure Load Balancer. These are the four options available for you. As we tried understanding which one would be useful for you under which scenario, let's have a look at the sample architectures and some more information. Azure Front Door, to know a bit better, this is an application delivery network that provides global load balancing and site acceleration for web applications. It offers layer 7 capabilities such as SSL offload, path-based routing, fast failover, caching, etc. Okay, so this is the sample architecture. If you observe here in the first diagram in the top, the Azure Front Door is trying to balance the load between the active region versus standby region. So that means this is the intermediary point for balancing the load between the two different regions spread across globally. In another sample architecture, if you see, the Azure Front Door, the application layer security along with path-based traffic load balancing and static content caching. Here it is trying to balance the load between two different Azure regions spread across globally. Okay, so the Azure Front Door service, as we understood, when you would like to load balance globally for the application services also, then Azure Front Door would come into picture. Azure Traffic Manager. This is a DNS based traffic load balancer, and it offers you various routing options on priority based and on performance based and on geography location based and on weightage based and then subnet and multi-value. There are 6 different ways with which you can route using Azure Traffic Manager. So this is also for the regions spread across, that is for a global load balancing when it is required for non-HTTP workloads. This would be helpful for you. Have a look at the sample architecture here. Traffic Manager is watching, and then there is an active site available in one region, there is a passive site available in another region, and anytime the traffic is need to be routed for an automatic failover also, maybe from even on-premise to cloud or region to region in the cloud, yes, Azure Traffic Manager would be the right option. So as I was telling you, you have the priority based traffic routing method available in this. So here is the sample architecture I have put. So the DNS query comes, and then the DNS service communicates with the Traffic Manager. Traffic Manager then tries to check the available endpoint with the highest priority, and then it sends back the response to the source IP, and client gets connected directly to the selected endpoint, not through the Traffic Manager. That's the beauty, which reduces the latency. Okay, and in the same way, weighted traffic routing method is also available. In this, what it happens, it tries to choose the available endpoint at random based on the weights, and then sends response back to the source IP address. From there, client gets connected directly to the selected endpoint, not through the Traffic Manager again. So that's going to help saving some time. And in another scenario, another option that is with the Traffic Manager available, performance based traffic routing. So in this, again, it tries to check for the closest available endpoint in latency table using DNS query from the source IP address, and then again sends the response back. Depending on that, client gets connected directly to the selected endpoint, not through the Traffic Manager. In the same way, for geographic traffic routing method also, so it tries to choose the designated location to serve the user's geographic region. Based on that, again, it sends back the response, and from there, client gets connected directly to the selected endpoint, not through Traffic Manager again. So in these ways, the Traffic Manager is going to help you to have the load balancing done globally, and this is for non-HTTP or HTTPS workloads. The another one is Application Gateway. Managed, scalable and highly available application delivery controller as a service. Since it is managed and given as a service, 99.95% uptime, SLA is available for that. And it's customizable at layer 7, the load balancing solution available for us. And this is having an integrated web application firewall mechanism too. And this is a centralized solution for SSL offload and SSL policy. And it supports cookie-based session affinity. And it even serves public, private and hybrid websites. You can even manage through Azure APIs also. If you have a look at the application gateway and the application scenario of this, you see here in this sample architecture, I have put the application gateway with web application firewall, and this is the one which acts as a layer 7 load balancing solution, wherein for an application, if you would like to route the traffic depending on the resource, you see there on the right hand side there is an image server pool and there is a video server pool. Depending on the URL within the application, it routes the traffic to the intended server pool, whether it's required as part of the images, whether the response is required as part of the videos. It tries to understand and then routes accordingly so that it enhances the application performance. The other option, the Azure Load Balancer. This is a low latency, high performance layer 4 load balancing service. This is for all your inbound and outbound UDP and TCP protocols. Okay, it is built to handle millions of requests per second and it's highly available. This Azure Load Balancer is zone redundant, ensuring high availability across availability zones. So this Azure Load Balancer for your non-HTTP or non-HTTPS based load balancing needs, it is available for both your public load balancing and even the private load balancing. And a load balancer front end can be accessed from an on-premise network in a hybrid scenario. So with this, I hope I was able to explain you what are all the various load balancing options available in Azure, and hope you have liked this video. If you have liked, please do give a big thumbs up and share it with all the people whom you think it might be helpful, and then don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned to the channel to get to know about my upcoming videos. Till then, see you, good day, bye bye, thank you.